Good evening. HS2 has confirmed what was becoming painfully obvious for the families and businesses who have endured years of disruption. Work connecting the high-speed railway to Euston will not be starting next year as planned. The government had previously announced focus would be switched to building the route into Old Oak Common from the north instead. With an indefinite delay to the building of the £1.2 billion tunnel, residents and business owners have been left furious and wondering whether all the planning and building work carried out so far has been for nothing. With the latest, here's our political correspondent, Simon Harris.
Europe's biggest construction project is in a hole and they've decided to stop digging. HS2 bosses have confirmed the planned tunnelling operation to connect Euston and Old Oak Common has been put on indefinite hold. It means the high-speed line from Birmingham will terminate in West London for the foreseeable future. For 6 years, Robert has had to live next door to a building site.
It simply means that we can't get on with our lives. We've had all this construction noise, all our local facilities have closed, people on the north part of Regent's Park Estate can't get to the Hampstead Road because it's all closed down by construction works, and we just don't know what our futures are.
Ministers ordered the pause in work because of spiralling costs, largely driven by inflation. Businesses in Drummond Street, famous for its curry houses, have been especially hard hit by the construction work. One end of the street has been closed to traffic. Now there's no end in sight to the disruption.
Makes me angry, very angry. I mean, anger is one thing and loss of trade is a big thing. Not just for me, for the other traders here. This is like bread and butter. Most of these businesses are owned by family. It's not corporate.
2 years ago, Euston was targeted by environmental activists. They occupied part of Euston Square, climbing trees and digging tunnels in protest at plans to cut down some trees to make way for a temporary taxi rank. With the project now on hold, the new taxi rank is no longer needed. So HS2 bosses are looking for something else to do with the site. One idea being considered, apparently, is a pop-up food market. HS2 said, following the decision to pause work on Euston and HS2's tunnels to the station, we are looking at what opportunities there may be to make temporary use of areas not required for the project over the next 2 years.
Doesn't it make you sick? I mean, we need a pop-up food market like, was it worth destroying our park and cutting down our trees for a pop-up food market? What is the matter with these people?
Work on some of the construction sites in and around Euston will come to a standstill. HS2 isn't saying how many workers will be laid off. With no timetable for restarting work on the link to Old Oak Common, it's a huge setback to the promised redevelopment of Euston. Simon Harris, ITV News, Euston Station.